Hello again, viewers, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. Mr. Chairman, Akamnak.
Well, all good, man. All good, all good. Maneko, Merry Christmas in advance.
Yeah,
It's almost it's already 25th here, so it's
okay.
Christmas Day in Japan.
Okay, that's nice. Timestamp, that is a good timestamp. Here is 24th Eve, so it's 7:25 a.m. here in the morning. So just the eve, but we're working today, so hopefully get a day off tomorrow, Christmas Day, get to relax. So if we don't get to it, Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy Holidays to everybody that's listening to this pod. I'm gonna upload right after this, so yeah, should be good.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, man. So it seems like it's a good game week for us. Finally, for both of us.
Finally, yeah, we are all smiling.
We're all smiling. It's a good way to usher in the Christmas. So that's cool. Um, we'll just talk about some few results. Let me just put this up. Which one should I use? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So we'll talk about a few. Of course, the shocking one, not too shocking after all. Man City lost again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm surprised they keep losing, but then they're still in the top, what, 6 or something?
Top 6, yeah. But yeah, I think they were at top of the table at some point this season. So maybe that's why it's difficult for them to drop off like
All
outside
the
the
way.
top 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
surprised.
Because
Like, okay.
if I'm not wrong, I think just how bad is their run? It's 7 games, 8 games in the league. I mean, in the league, it's eight
Oh,
games or
in
nine
the
games.
league, in the league is
So
bad.
like in the last, like in game week 9 or something, they were top of the league, and then all of a sudden they have this, this like rapid fall. That's why. But yeah, it's been crazy, to be honest. Like it seems like it's
It
never
doesn't even
ending.
seem, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's real. At some point, even as rivals, like, I was like happy, yeah, they're losing, but now I kind of feel sorry for them. That's where it's good.
Yeah, yeah,
It's good
it's
for
painful,
FPL. I
right?
mean, no Haaland obviously doing what he does, but it's a bit sorrowful, you can say. So anyway,
Yeah.
let's continue. No surprises there. My guy Rogers, I think I want to shout out what's her name? Sam.
Uh-huh.
Sam, like Sam,
Bonfield.
the couple that do
Yeah, yeah,
FPL.
Sam Bonfield. Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to her a podcast on Friday, right? And she
Mhm.
was talking about Rogers and playing because I had bench Rogers, if you remember.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you see against Man City, I'll just bench him, so it's going to do
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
But
definitely.
psychologically, Man City are not doing well, so it's just a decision. Oh, it is not going. Let me just bench him. So I listened
Yeah.
to her, and then she said, "Well, you might as well play him because he'll get something. This Man City are not doing so well." And I said, "You know what?
Mhm.
You're right. I put him in." And so most people actually benched Rogers. Those that have him benched him.
Definitely. I saw him
He
in
assisted and
bench.
scored.
Yeah.
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 So
It's crazy.
shout out to her for for at least making me make that decision. And like I was like, you know what, she's right. So she's always been a good FPL
No, she's good. That's why she's an expert.
yeah,
FPL
yeah,
expert.
yeah.
And,
It's good to listen to other
mhm.
people's opinions sometimes. No, don't take all of it.
Absolutely.
Just take the ones you feel like
Yeah.
resonate with you.
Yeah, exactly. You take it for a second thought and then make the decision your own. That is the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Man City, I was just checking just to confirm. Game week 9, they were without a defeat this season. They won 7 and drew 2 the first 9 game weeks of the season,
That's
and they
wild.
were top of the
You
league,
even
obviously.
you would never think that. Like the fall off is just so it's crazy.
hmm
Because at
It's
some point, like
crazy.
the first 2 games, Haaland had like 2 hat tricks back to back, right?
Back to back, yeah, against West
And
Ham and
everybody was like,
against
"Oh,
Ipswich.
everybody was scrambling. We need, I mean, yeah." And all of a sudden, it's just like that. Everything just
Yeah,
went.
it's
Man.
insane. He scored 8 goals in the first 4 game weeks. 8 goals. Hat trick, 2 goals,
It's,
one. So nine,
it's
actually nine.
ridiculous,
I'm
man.
mistaken. 9 goals in the first 4 game weeks, and now he's on 13 goals. So from game week 5 onwards, he only scored 4 goals. That is absolutely mental. From game
It's,
week
it's,
5,
it should be
no, that's
studied, man.
mental.
Like this doesn't make any sense at all.
Mhm.
Something is going on that people keep saying something is going on that we don't know about. But yeah. Um,
Mhm.
Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 2. They keep doing well. Forest, I don't know. They might just, you never know, challenge for the title. The way
They are in it. They are in the top 4 race. I think the title will be quite tough for them, but I think they can be in Europe definitely.
Definitely, yeah. Ipswich, Newcastle 4. Our boy, like you said, Isak is back. You know,
this is one of my good decisions.
I was kicking myself. I was like, why didn't I bring him in? Because I remember I was supposed to bring him in, right? And then I
definitely.
1 more week.
I was expecting,
this is, if I had Isak, we'll talk about it. I probably would have had like 100 points plus.
But I think keeping Cunha though was not terrible because Cunha did score an assist or something.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he got like 9 points or so. No mistake.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
West Ham 1, Brighton 1, Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 5. Rampant Arsenal, you know. But the only sad thing about it is
Saka.
Saka is out, so that's what everybody is discussing right now. Who do we replace him with? Because basically, I think a lot of people have the same midfield, right? Salah,
the triple because of
Palmer and Saka. So and then the rest could be whatever you want to choose. But yeah, these are the 3 main. I don't think anybody else comes close. That's why the decision is so hard to get a direct replacement.
There's a huge gap between those 3 and the rest.
Consistency,
of course, there's a gap between Salah and everyone now.
Obviously, Salah is the main. He's the Haaland of this. He's the Haaland of basically. You have to have him. So
it's absolutely mental what he's doing this season. I cannot even believe it.
I hope he doesn't sign the contract and extension and then just drops off. Then all of a sudden,
no, like I tell you, he is one with who wants the records, and then he can see the records and he keeps breaking them every single week. I can count records that Salah is breaking, and then he is aware. That is the main thing. He's aware of the records that he's close to. So the reason I think why he even want to stay with the new contract, why he want to stay, he's desperate to stay at Liverpool, of course, but not at all costs. It has to be at the right price for him. They have to pay him the right money for him to stay. But he's desperate. It's because if he leaves Liverpool right now, he cannot go to another Premier League club. Definitely, he cannot. He will go maybe outside England or something like that. You know, and then he don't have that opportunity to break the record in the Premier League. You know, again. So, of course, I can never say never. He cannot go to another Premier League club, but I cannot see that happening. Which Premier League club will Salah go to with the legacy he has at Liverpool right now? You know,
it won't be the same. Yeah, it would tarnish his reputation, his legacy, obviously, at Liverpool. So I don't think he will do that because it will have to be one of the big clubs. So I don't see that happening, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everton. You have to talk about them a bit. You know, they keep. They do with Arsenal last week and they do with Chelsea again this week. 2 of the highest, most attacking teams in the league, and they managed to shut them out. It's big. You remember we beat them 4-0, and all of a sudden when Arsenal was supposed to play, this is going to be a whitewash. It's going to be
out.
And the next thing you know.
Our blue brothers, they are doing us a favor, taking points of the teams that we will, taking points of Arsenal, taking points of Chelsea. That's that. Yeah, they did us a favor. I'm sure they don't like it, but
it's massive, man. It's big, Fulham 0, Southampton 0, Leicester 0, Wolves 3. So this was the one that was are Leicester that bad? It's are they doing that terrible?
They look like the whipping boys, right?
They just got a coach, man. Interim coach, and they seem to be worse or something.
I think they got a win. In the last game week, they got their first win. I cannot remember against who.
Yeah, they when he took over, I think they won 2 also.
Yeah.
And then they lost the remaining. I think so.
No, they lost the last 2 actually against Newcastle 4-0, and then against Wolves 3-0, and then prior to that. Actually, prior to that, they had a very good game. That was against Brighton when they were losing 2-0, when Minde scored, and then they later turned the result in the last 10 minutes or last 5 minutes, scored 2 goals. That feels like a win. When you are losing at 88 minutes, 2-0, and then you ended up getting a point, it's not a win, but it feels like a win because of the manner of which you get the point. I think that was why we think they had a win. But prior to that, they had a win against West Ham, which was I think that was just before Ruud van Nistelrooy took over, or that was the first game that Ruud van Nistelrooy took over, if I remember well. Yeah, they have been terrible. They only have 3 wins this season.
Yeah, it's terrible. That's the relegation from right there. But obviously, we talk about the fan corner. Obviously, we lost again. Seems like it's a trend. Win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 2. So at this point, whatever, man. It's whatever. And then Spurs.
But Bournemouth too. What they are doing this season?
They're good, man. I mean, I never take them, like, even from last season when they beat us last season. I was like, man, this team is no joke,
Yeah, they are doing really well.
Coached team.
Top.
Like they're if you watch them play, it's like they know exactly what they're doing and what they have to do. Yeah, they're consistent with the pressure that they're putting on. They're very clinical. In this game, they were clinical, basically, because we just like wasting chances, as if we have a lot of them to waste.
I don't watch the game.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just whatever it is, man. But yeah, let's jump to our teams. I'll just share mine, just the same page. So I'll just go up and then share mine. So 92 points for me. I mean, this is good. I'm surprised, because I was looking at the thing. I was like, okay, Rodgers is there. He'll do well for me. But then, obviously, the bulk of the points came from captaining Salah. So that's what it is. Yeah, Flecken 2, Hall 7, Gabriel 4. Robinson, which was good. They also got a clean sheet for me, so that's good. 6 points. Saka didn't finish. He got like 1 point, obviously. Ahmad, disappointing Manu performance from the whole team. And Palmer also 3, and then Cunha 9, Jackson 2. So you can see the bulk of the points came from Salah, and then Rodgers, and then few defensive.
Rodgers 14 points. Wow, that's huge.
That's huge, man. That's huge. So if I had Isaac, just how many points is Isaac? Like 17 or something?
17, yeah. 17,
minus the 9, and then we'll see. Yeah. So what that? Yeah, I think I'll probably get around 100 or 99 or whatever the case will be. So yeah, that's my game week, man. You can share yours. 92. I think I'm now almost 1 point something million. Let me see. 1.1. Yeah, 1.1. Yeah, that's so bad.
1.1
I want
million.
to be in the 1 million, but yeah, whatever.
Okay, I just click this. Yeah, my team. Not bad.
That's yours, right?
That's my team. Yeah, Sanchez in goal. Finally another clean sheet from him. I've been waiting for that. Chelsea doing well, but they're not doing well defensively. So yeah, for him to get 9 points is huge for a goalkeeper. You have Dean here. That was very disappointing for me, for Foden to score that goal in almost the last kick of the game against Aston Villa. Aston Villa have done exceptionally well defensively, and then Dinia, one mistake, Foden punished him. It was Dinia who made the mistake, and then Foden scored, and then chopped off my clean sheet from him, because he was gonna get some bonus point as well, because he was doing really well in that game. But then all the bonus points and the clean sheets, off. But Lewis Hall, I brought him in this week along with Ahmad for a -4. So at least Hall has saved that -4 in some way, because if it was not him, it would have been Poro in my team who got -1 in the end. So I think the -4 was quite worth it, maybe. Trent 4
points. Wow, it's interesting.
Yeah, Trent 4 points. In the midfield, you had Palmer, back-to-back blank. Saka, coming off early. Ahmad, I brought him in, and then for Enzo.
What happened to Enzo? How long did Enzo last in your team?
One week. Yeah, it was like, I like him, but he's not my cup of tea in FPL. Yeah. I want to have this attacking player who attack, like in essence he's an attacker. Look at him as a midfielder, and Enzo was that.
I know exactly.
Look at my exactly. Look at my midfield. Everybody is an attacking winger or something like that. Those who's supposed to be the one scoring the goals or creating the goals. And Enzo is not that, even though he has done well recently. So I should just avoid picking this type of players, because even though if they are doing well, I should not pick them, because they're just not something that I like in the game. And I cannot stand them.
Enjoy watching them, basically.
Exactly, especially owning them. Exactly. That's why I went with Ahmad, the more exciting one. Even though he blanked. But I'm happy going forward with Ahmad. And then up top you have Solanke. Jao Pedro, he's been disappointed, but he's been playing 90 minutes every single time. So I have to stick with him, especially considering the fixture is coming next. And then Isaac, one of my good moves this season. Ramsdale, I'm happy to see him back because I was struggling with goalkeeper. Sometimes I don't want to start Sanchez, and then I didn't have a second choice. So to see Ramsdale back and then giving the 10-pointer, Southampton looking decent defensively with a new coach, maybe they will have a better going forward. Better season going forward. So I'm happy to have at least 2 goalkeepers playing. But that took my rank. That was a game week rank of 316,000 with a -4. And I went all the way to the top 1.3 million. I was down to almost 2 million. Now I'm back to 1.3. Yeah. So hopefully more rises ahead.
A good game week will make that happen.
Yeah, definitely.
I was hoping to rise more because that's FPL, man. This season has been very tough. The points are so close together. So,
by the way, before we move, we did not mention Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal. 5 goals in 2 games against Palace. What do you make of that? He scored in the Carabao Cup high hat.
Yeah, the performance is like it's like back to what we know. The Gabriel Jesus that was very promising. I don't know maybe what's going on with him right now. He's in a good place. He's somebody we need to consider, especially now that Saka is out.
Especially he's 6.7, how 6.8. So cheap, right?
It's really cheap, man. It's really cheap. Like, if you what does Arsenal's fixture look like?
Not bad. Next week they play Ipswich, so it's definitely a good time to get him, right?
Yeah.
That's the answer. Where is the fixture here? Ipswich, Brentford, Brighton, Spurs, Aston Villa.
Well, I think the Brentford one is a bit because Brentford defensively they're not that good. So
they are not good defensively. It's not bad,
Brighton too. They're struggling, but when they play Arsenal, they have like prime Barcelona. So, but they will give you goals. So I guess the next fixtures are not bad for Gabriel if you want to consider him. But then it's 2 game weeks basically, and one is the Carabao Cup, and then one is the so. If you jump there early, you might have a chance to capitalize. If not, you just wait a bit and see what happens.
Actually, I have him in my draft because I've been putting him in and out. That is another game I'm playing, the draft. So this week I brought him in again, and then I bench him mistakenly. Actually, I forget to change my team actually, and then I lost the draft because of that. But I always believe that he has something in him that once he's triggered, then he'll become a very good asset. He has not scored. He has not scored any goal this season. But once he get that first goal against Crystal Palace, the gates open for him. And then within 2 games, he's scoring 5 goals. The confidence is back. He's a very good player. He's a very, very good player.
Just the problem is, I don't know what it was. Yeah,
exactly.
He was off because I remember when he came to Man City. You remember Man City?
Yeah.
Man. It was a different beast, man. I think it's the injuries too, because he gets injured a lot. And injuries don't let you get the consistency. If you start scoring and you get injured, you have to start from scratch again. You have to recover and then get match fitness. Then you get your, so that I hope he continues this way, man, because it's a good player to watch, even without FPL. Like I like players like that who are like aggressive, like the Tevez. It reminds me of Carlos Tevez.
He's very physical. Not the biggest, but very physical.
Aggressive type of player. So let's switch to the Kotu Classic FPL, the Kotu Classic Mini-league. Let me just share what I have right now. I'm looking at the manager of the week. Is King Cooper, Benjamin Franklin.
108.
108 points. So that's massive. King Cooper. Congratulations to being the man of the week. Looking at your team, Raya in goal, Mazraoui, who didn't do so good. Howard Bellis, that's a name for you. The very differential defense.
Very big.
And Aina, we have been sleeping on Nottingham Forest.
He scored again.
Yeah, he scored again. Yeah.
Whenever he scored, they keep a clean sheet and then he have a 15 point. Just click on him and see his points this season. That's how it is. 15.
Massive. Yeah. He's been doing
how many times did he have the double digits?
The second 2.
You see, 15. Go down.
Yeah,
No,
so
that's
9,
it too. Yeah.
8, yeah, just 2, 6, but then 15 when you score, yeah, 15, and then 8, and then you have 15 again. So if you
Yeah.
have him in your
Wait.
team, yeah, you want to see more?
No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, he's been doing all right, and they're keeping clean sheets. They've been very good defensively as a team.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
Yeah. So midfield, Saka, obviously, captain, Salah, Palmer, Rogers. So I think these are the four common
Mm-hmm.
midfielders:
Mm-hmm.
Pedro, Isak, and then Wood. So yeah, it's a good team. So congrats again for being the manager of the week. Looking
Yeah.
at that, go ahead.
No, I say I wanted to give a shout out to my boy Val. He
Oh,
I think he had 107 points this week, so he was
oh really?
celebrating. He sent me a message. He's around us though. He's around our rank, you know.
Oh
But
really?
yeah,
Consistency?
107, and then he was like, "Oh, if I played my bench boost, I could have been the highest scoring player of the week." I say that's wonderful. 107, I believe.
That's good. I can't find him, but yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah,
There's
you
a lot
can
of
find him.
high. There was a lot of high points. Oh yeah, stress free FC 62.
Exactly.
107. So shout out to Val missing out the money of the week by just 1 point there.
By
So
1 point, yeah.
um, that's good. Looking at top 5, some movement, obviously as always. In 5th still is
Uh-huh.
Hakon Ait Somerset, Stone Jones United. Moving to 4th is Hani Mukhtar. The guy is back.
He's
LGBT.
back. Mm-hmm.
AFC Paradise Christopher Blair dropped down to 3rd. And then Bakary Minte moved to 2nd with 95. And then Malik Sanyang licked it up still at 1st. So, man, it's tough. Like all of these guys had like 80 plus points. So you can see there's still movement. So if you have like 86 like Christopher Blair, it's still drop down because somebody else in the same top 5 is like on 95. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's
It's a
crazy.
ridiculous league right now. So yeah, that's the update for the Kotu Classic Mini-league. So now we just jump to our teams. 2 opposing performances. One
Uh,
world-class performance and one shit performance on my team, which is it's become a team right now. You know, it's normal. You know, the highs and
United.
the lows of what is United, being a United fan. Bournemouth, this is the second time in a row we have lost to them at home. So
3-0.
I was just looking at the on Twitter, and then their what was it? Their admin on the Twitter page was just mocking us, like, "Oh wow, second twice in a row." I was like, at this point, please get your shots off because there's something I can say. I can banter them. It's Bournemouth for like it's a small team that's coming to
To Old
propose
Trafford,
big
yeah.
things and doing these things. So it's not anything special
Yeah.
anymore. You know, so
Mhm.
I mean, kudos to them. Their coach is very good. I'm really impressed with the way that the team plays right now. They know what they're doing. They are consistent. They're aggressive. They get stuff done. And the thing is, most of these small teams don't take their chances when they have them. That's not Bournemouth. When they attack because they have good clinical players there. So
Yeah,
you know, and
clinical, right?
Evan Nielsen, the Semenyos, the you know,
Samuel continue to tick, right?
yeah,
Samuel continue to
he's
tick.
back. Remember, I took him out of my team, but he's back now. So because he was suspended, and you know, he wasn't. The numbers were there, but he wasn't doing well. He was taking too many shots, not converting them. But
Yeah.
he scored against us, which is good. If you are stuck
A
in him,
very good
so
goal. A very good goal. I saw that one.
performance-wise, errors again. Our defensive coach, we need to know the name of the guy so that we can address what's going on, man. This is ridiculous. Yeah, we need to address this zonal marking thing. It's not working for us. You know, we
Is
need
it?
to.
Did you concede goals from set pieces?
Can't really remember. I know we considered against Tottenham. So,
Uh-huh.
but most of the goals, not direct set pieces, but it results from like the set pieces. I didn't really watch the game. I just watched the highlights, obviously. But then all these things, it's like it's not something new. We've been doing these things recently. Like it's just annoying when it comes to set pieces and we concede. You just hold your breath because you know something is coming. You know. But then chances, apparently, I heard that Bruno had a few chances that should have put away. Didn't. I mean, Ahmad didn't have a good game. The only constant is Ugarte seems like he keeps like getting better and better. But we need. I don't know if we have the funds for it. We need a midfielder, somebody who knows like a midfielder who's consistent, and number 8 that you can pair with Ugarte that does the dynamic type of midfield, like do the passing and create. Meno is coming back, but he's not Meno of last season. So I think people are also saying, like, what is his best position? Is he like an 8? Is he a 10? Because he doesn't seem to fit that a modern style of midfielder. But let's give him a chance. We don't want to rely too much on him, like Ten Hag has been relying on these boys. So it's the funny thing is, as Omari has come in, our numbers look good. We don't look like conceding 25 shots on target anymore.
Yeah.
And all these ridiculous stats. We're doing well as a team, but we just need to be more clinical, man. Because it's a Premier League. You're not going to get as many chances. It's just football. If you get 10 chances, you don't score. Your opposition is gonna, your rival is gonna get 1 or 2 and then score, and then they win. What matters is the 3 points. Nobody cares if you played well in the game or it was close. No, they're gonna say, Bournemouth 3, Man U 0. Oh, that was a poor game. That's it. Just win. Take your chances and score. Number 1, I feel like we need a left wing back, which is something we've been struggling with. January, I don't know if that's possible. We signed a Paraguayan, but I think, is it Paraguay? First player from Paraguay that Man U have signed. Not signed per se, but he's going to sign I think next year in June when he turns 18. He's at 17 right now. But then that's kind of like a future signing. It's not. I don't think it's for now. We need somebody who can play that role right now. 1. We need a midfielder. 2. We need a striker. Because our strikers, we don't know what's going on there. What good game, what bad game. 2 of them, I don't know. So yeah, growing pains. The coach said we're going to have to suffer a bit, and this is what's happening. We are suffering right now. There's a lot of games this period, so they don't have time with the team to practice. At this, the best thing you can do is to drill those tactics. Make sure that it's like second nature to them, and we don't have that chance right now. So this is the only way we can practice in game, and we're not doing it. So it's frustrating. Basically, it's just very frustrating. Seems like Man U and number 10 are like number 13 are like this. It's like whatever we do, beat Man City 13, win the World Cup still 13. You can't go away. So yeah, that's what we are doing right now. Liverpool. I watched your game, man. It was it was an exciting game. It's one of the games that you're happy, even though as a Liverpool,
Man U fan
who was like a rival for Liverpool. Spurs. It's difficult playing Spurs because you never know what you're gonna get. But you guys, you did what Spurs do to other teams to Spurs, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? That's what Spurs do to teams. They just come, they blam you, they play their high pressing midfield, like the midfield battle. I've never seen Spurs lose a midfield battle until this time. Like with Liverpool, you guys just like, it's like a different class. So that's how you know when you put one team who think is good against another team, you see the class difference. Basically, that's what I was it. And the coach, I have to blame their coach. Is this the only tactics that he knows how to play? What's going on there?
And yeah, he's not adaptable. I think
it is. Oh man, at least
it's a fair it's a fair criticism on him. Even though he don't like it when people criticize that aspect of him, but it's a problem.
I was like, does this guy learn? Because you're playing against a team that's better than you. Basically, you have to adapt your tactics because. If it was, okay, your team, your team is better than the other team and they're going to implement their game plan. If your game plan is not working against that, you need to change it. It's not about changing players and they keep playing the same thing. No, this is the Premier League, man. You're going to get found out. You like it or not, big teams are going to find you. Even like regular teams are going to find you out. So, yeah, what's your take on your performance? I think
maybe I start with Ange. I continue from where you stop with Ange. Yeah, like he the only way he knows is that high line. And it is sad. I like many people like to watch Tottenham play because it's a team that are excited when the way they play. If they are playing well, they are very exciting to play.
Very attacking. Yeah,
exactly. But there comes a time where you say, okay, this is not gonna be good for us today. Let's do something else. Nobody's telling you to change your ways of doing things, or but sometimes you just have to adapt to situation. Football is not about this is what I do. It's about winning games. and then you want to give yourself the best chance of winning. But if you want to just stick to your ideas and it just does not work. Tottenham did not have the team in the first place. They did not have the players. Imagine the defenders they had in the game. They had 4. Let's say the back 5. 4 of the back 5 are not starters in the Tottenham team. Only Pedro Porro it has been a starter, and Pedro Porro is not the best defender we know. Jet Spence, like recently he started playing. You look at the defense. Archie Gray, he's a midfielder by trade.
Oh,
yeah, you bring him. Yeah. And then you have the other one, Dragosin, who's the attacking central defender.
Relatively new. Yeah.
Exactly. The goalkeeper, Foster. He's not the first choice goalkeeper. He does not know how to play. You just look at what he did in the League Cup in midweek. Against who they were playing. Against Man U. Look at what he was doing. So so the coach has to adapt to the situation. I think the two different things between these two coaches, the Liverpool coach and him, were that Arne Slot, he adapts. He knows how he wants to play, but he adapts to situations and then change according to situations. Liverpool were creating chance left, right, and center. And even Alisson will just look up and then see there's a space behind, drop the ball. The Szoboszlai chance, it was Alisson who created it, and Szoboszlai hit the side netting. I know Alisson is disappointed that Szoboszlai did not get the goal for his assist or something like that. Liverpool created 11 or 12 big chances in that game. And then still Tottenham
it's like every time you guys attack, you guys almost score. Like,
exactly. It was absolutely mental. I know Liverpool were really, really good in the game, but I think Tottenham played to our hands. Like they just gifted us. I think Liverpool would have won the game regardless of how the way Tottenham approached this game. Liverpool were the better team.
Close. Would have been close now.
And this make it more difficult.
Yeah,
it was too easy. Like in the second half, I was on the Kotu Classic. When Liverpool scored 5, I say Liverpool should put their foot off the gas this time, and then at least control the game. Just keep it at that, because it was just too much. The amount of chances that they were creating, the amount of XG was more than 5. XG more than 5. You never see those things in the Premier League. But but again, going back to Liverpool, I think it was exciting. Salah, The guy, like I say, he breached record. The records that he broke this week, first player to score before Christmas, to score double digit on goals, double digit on assists. Like, this is his 6th season in 8 seasons for Liverpool, where he did double digit for goals, double digit for assists. No player in the Premier League has ever come close to that. Like, Rooney was the highest with 5 seasons with double digit goal, double digit assists. Now Salah has 6. He has joined the top 10 for assist makers in the Premier League. Top 10. He's already top 10 in the goals scored in the Premier League. So he's not just doing the goals, and he's doing the goals and he's doing the assists. And currently he's the top goal scorer in the league, top assist maker in the league. And then you add to the fact, he's just an insane player. This is just halfway. It's still very young. You have not even reached the halfway season. 177 FPL points already. Before
300.
He's the only one who got the 300. He got 304 in his first season. So, we are not even midway through the season. He's 177. If he keeps up this rate, it's going to be absolutely
smash it. It's going to smash it. Yeah,
it's going to be absolutely mental.
Yeah.
Now, imagine Salah is not even being nominated for the world best, the best player, best attacking player.
I think it's an
he's just this. He's not respected. That's why I'm always somebody who always bring out his numbers, who always do these kind of things for him, because they don't respect this guy. But he's absolutely an insane player.
This is how you know that these things are fixed or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. Has Salah even been in the top 3 in the world?
I don't think he has ever been in the top 3 for Ballon d'Or. Never. And imagine they pick, I think, Aubameyang in the best players for the best attackers. Imagine Aubameyang, who we don't even know where he's playing now, what he's doing. No, it's absolutely mental. Yeah. It's like you say. There might be something there, and maybe Salah is not their cup of tea. But he doesn't mind.
He
just do what he does.
Just keep doing what you do, man. Yeah, I think
he's absolutely
right insane. Now. If you guys win the league, right now, if you guys win the league, he's gonna be in my book. I think he's gonna be the best Premier League player ever if he continues this way this season.
I think he's now top 2, top 3. Actually, this weekend there was this thing being done. I think the best players in the Premier League and stuff like. No, last week Carragher did a video on the best player. You should watch it. It's very, very interesting, and I like the approach that he used on Sky Sports. What he did was, the first thing, they look at the numbers. They have 3 categories: the numbers, and then compare it. For example, if you win a Ballon d'Or, you have this amount of points. If you win the leading goal scorer, you have this amount of points. If you win the league, if you win the Champions League, and then just looking at the data, the goals you scored. If you score more than 100 goals, you have this amount of points. Just look at that, and then you have a point set, right? And then the next one is the fans will vote, and then each player the top 10 players. The player at number 1 will get 10 points. The second player, and there were more than 500,000 fans who voted. And then the third one is Carragher giving his thoughts and his opinions on the players they selected. And then all these things they add them together, and then they decided who is the best Premier League player of all time. Who do you think was number 1? It was a good job.
So it's like they consider a lot of things,
a lot of factors. Yeah.
Who would you think was the best?
Who would you think won that?
It's difficult. In my opinion, I would like Cristiano to win, but Cristiano only had one good season, like in Man U.
1 or 2, yeah.
But if he had continued, maybe. But right now, as things are, Rooney is part of that conversation.
He is part of the conversation, but he's not number 1 in that metrics. Yeah, I think he is part of the conversation.
He's part of the conversation. Like, man, right now, the way things are, I can't come to it. I think it's Salah. Even though I know he's not number 1, but I think it should be him.
I think he finished number 2 in the list in that. Number 2, number 1 is Henry. Thierry Henry, of course. No, but Thierry Henry in the Premier League.
Okay, that's true.
Absolutely.
I see.
And the funny thing is, Thierry Henry was there when Carragher was doing all those things. He was with Carragher on Monday Night Football, so it was a weird one, but he kept himself reserved. And I think I agree with the assessment. Henry was absolutely mental. Henry, don't forget, Henry is the only player in the Premier League up to this date to score 20 plus and 20 plus assists in the same season.
Ridiculous, yeah.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah. We keep forgetting, Yeah.
He was absolutely mental. Thierry Henry was absolutely mental during his day. And he made football look so easy for him. The only problem was Arsenal did not win the Champions League during his time.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the only blip in this record I remember. Yeah. They're not winning the Champions League. He came close though.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah. Anyway, let's go. So that ends our segment on the fan corner. We dive into these. It was interesting though. But yeah, Salah. I think Salah needs to be given his flowers, man. Honestly, I know what's going on. I think maybe until he retires, because usually it's difficult for people to give you your flowers whilst you're playing. I think when he leaves or retires or whatever the case may be, then we reflect on these numbers and say, you know what? I think this guy might be the best Premier League player of all time. Because if he breaks all the records, that's it, right? Because imagine any type of category you pick, and then Salah is number 1. Then
definitely. In terms of goals and assists,
it's gonna make it undeniable. You cannot ignore that. So anyway, let's look at the fixtures. I think we're gonna do 17 and 18. Sorry, my mistake. I think I should have said this is game week 17 and game week 18 preview, because we're gonna look at them together, because we have a midweek fixture, right?
Yeah, we have the Boxing Day fixtures on Thursday,
and then the weekend,
fixtures. Yeah.
So, for game week 18, we have Man City, Everton, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Fulham, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Spurs, Southampton, West Ham, Wolves, Man U, Liverpool, Leicester, Brighton. That was a lot of fixtures. Brighton, Brentford, Arsenal, Ipswich. So which fixtures do you think people should target apart from them? I think Man City against Everton might be an interesting one. Where it's
it could be a turning point for them. Could be a turning point for them, right?
Yeah, it could be. It could be definitely. Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting. They usually have good games against Everton. Everton usually cause them some trouble, but I think this could be a game that they could win comfortably. But I think the two fixtures to look at this week has to be Arsenal and Liverpool's. Um, Leicester they concede a lot. Ipswich they concede a lot. So those two. But Arsenal without Saka, who do we turn to? Like we have spoke about Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel, yeah.
So does that mean Jesus will play on the right and then Abbas will keep his place on the top? So yeah, Arsenal Saka was the only reliable one there, but now we have to find another Arsenal attacker who we can trust. And I think Jesus seems to be the obvious one. For Liverpool, it's just Salah. And maybe if you can get Trent, you get there. And then which attacker will you trust? Because Luis Diaz, scoring a brace.
There's always changes, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Diaz,
changes there.
I like Diaz and Jota, but Jota just coming back from injury. Diaz, sometimes I got him and then I was frustrated because the minutes just were never there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I will not go there for me personally.
I don't trust as well. Who else? It's just Salah. In my opinion,
it's just Salah. It's just Salah. And then maybe you go to the defense, right?
Maybe when Konate is back, I'll probably get him. Like you said.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm biding my time to when he comes. I just try to get him because the defensively is good. But also, you don't know whether it's going to be fit, or whether it's going to get fitness.
And Gomez is playing well right now, so you don't need to rush him.
Yep.
And that was the similar case we had with the goalkeeper. Remember, Alisson was fit for a while, but just Liverpool wanted to give him more time to get back to his,
fully back before he gets to recurrence. Yeah.
Before he can, exactly.
So those are the fixtures for 17. I think we'll move to for 18. Sorry,
19. 18 and 19. Yeah,
18 and 19, not 17 and 18. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Leicester and City have another good fixture, back-to-back good fixtures.
If you look at their run, it's not that bad. They have about 3 or 4 or 5 games where okay, this is. Let me see who do they have. They have they might be one of the top in the fixture list. They have Everton, Leicester, West Ham. Brentford is a bit tough, and then have Ipswich.
Even Brentford is not tough. Brentford is a bad defense. Don't forget that.
Defense, so the next 5 is pretty good.
It's
and
good,
then they go on a terrible run. Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham, Forest.
They can start their second spell there.
The second spell is there. But it's like this, but we know City of City, these games they always win them. Maybe the Liverpool game is a bit, but they always win these games. But this City, it's tough for them. This fashion of City that we have right now, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So for 19, it's Leicester, Man City, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth, Spurs, Wolves, West Ham, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Brighton, Ipswich, Chelsea. Yeah, that would be a good one for Chelsea. Ipswich, Chelsea, Man U, Newcastle. That's a tough game for us, and then Brentford, Arsenal. Yeah, so these are the 19 fixtures. That's this weekend.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. I think, which one did we pick again? Spurs, Wolves. Wolves, maybe if they have a new manager bounce, might be a bit difficult for them, but it's still a good fixture for Spurs.
Yeah,
Liverpool, West Ham. They've turned the corner though. West Ham. They've won a few games. Yeah, I think they're winning now. So that's. But I don't still give them a chance against Liverpool.
Kudus is back, doing well for them, so helps. Man U, Newcastle, that would be a tough one. Chelsea play Ipswich away.
Tough, man. It's tough.
That would be a good win for Chelsea too. Chelsea have 2 good games too. Chelsea have 2 good games.
Aston Villa Brighton that's going to be not FPL, but it's going to be a good game to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Brentford, Arsenal. Brentford always give Arsenal some
tough time. Yeah, tough time. Yeah,
especially at home. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, we'll see. So looking at our boss team for me for 18, this is what it looks like right now. I think we need to discuss transfers. I'm still in the same boat where Saka is out for a few weeks. I don't know whether it's been confirmed yet, but there are rumors that he's going to be out with the hamstring. So it's going to be a while.
Yeah, still February I had.
Yeah. So then the problem is now what are the you know, what does it look like for FPL if you want to get Saka out? Who do you bring him in? So there are a few options. I think let me just go through this. Something that I bookmarked from, is it FPL Good? So he said the only Saka replacements to consider: Madison, 7.6 million; Foden, 9.1 million; Ismail Assar, 5.7; and Bruno Fernandes, 8.4. So I like these 4 players. So what are your thoughts on these 4 players? You think there should be more added to this list, or you think
If I have to add, just for maybe the rogue managers, we mentioned him. That is Jota. Like I expect him to start. I expect him to start the next game at least. But there is the issue of you mentioned it, like the minutes. They have to rotate the minutes. There is Darwin lurking. There is Diaz. Sometimes he can play in the middle. There is Gakpo. So we have a lot of options there. But like, Jota has always been that. He has never not been that kind of player that you will never be certain that he will be playing every single week, But I know he's the first choice striker for Liverpool. According from what my understanding, and understood, he's the first choice striker, but he have options to replace Jota with, and then he will try to manage him. So even if he start him this week, games coming thick and fast, there might be 1 or 2 games there he will miss. So if you can take that as well along as the package for Jota, because if you get him for Ipswich or for Leicester at home, he starts. That's a good differential for him to have him, and then you miss him for the next game, maybe against West Ham away. Like it's a give and take. But I think he will start against Leicester City. If I were to put my money whether Jota starts or not, I would say he starts that game. Yeah, so I will add him in that list. But interesting names.
Jota, to be honest, Jota I like. The only problem is like the minutes, like I said. So how does Jota compare to Foden? Because Foden, like we said, he's gonna start, but then you're banking on the fact that like Man City will have 3 good games: Everton, Leicester, West Ham. These are all really good games for them to have to actually get like some kind of run going at least. And Foden hasn't had a good season so far. He hasn't at all. Just the best option, But so we are banking on somebody who doesn't have the form, whose team doesn't even have the form to come and actually do well. Are we jumping too far ahead of the gun here, or what do you think?
No. Like the way I look at Foden is an opportunity that not many will take. It's an opportunity because in terms of quality, nobody will dare to sit here and say, Foden is not a quality player. We all know he is a top player. So the thing is, Manchester City are going on a rough part, but then, that part will end. Like, if it cannot go forever. There is a time it will stop. And even Foden, I think before this weekend, he did not score any goal in the Premier League this season. So he got his first goal this weekend. And if you watch the game, he was the only Manchester City player who was looking to make things happen for Manchester City. I think he took the most shots in that game. If you look at the statistics, I did not look at the statistics, but just watching the game, I can guess he took the most shots in the game, even more than any Aston Villa player, in my opinion. But then I will need the stats to confirm that. So he is looking like he's getting back there, and I think if Man City are going to turn a corner, he's going to be vital. So, like, FPL is not just about getting the players who have the points yesterday. It's about getting the points of the players who will have it tomorrow. And I think Foden is looking like that player who can be that player. It's between. I want him.
Yeah, the same thing with me, man. I was like, you know what? Just get ahead. Like we're discussing, let's just get ahead of this and because whenever I look, it's very rare. This SPL Good is the only one that actually has Foden in his list as one of the top guys. The rest like barely mention him, or they just he might be, but the rest are focusing elsewhere, and it's fair enough because he hasn't really proven anything this season. But like you said, it's about jumping ahead of the curve,
Yeah, actually, you remember I got him in my team, and I sold him.
Yeah, I think you had him.
Yeah, Man City had a very, very good run, and then I switched. It's basically what we are seeing right now. They had a very good run, and I thought, okay, this is the time to get Foden I think it was actually at that time I was having Haaland as well, so I had the double up between Haaland and Foden, you know. But then it did not pay off. So for me, I'm a bit reserved about that too. Like I'm thinking, okay, it happened before. Can I? But
Can I
you
do it
know,
again?
can it happen again? Something like that.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm a very stubborn FPL manager. Something I try to take out the past decision in my decision for the future, and I think I see in the future that Man City will turn the corner, and Foden could be part of that. He could play a huge part in that.
Yeah, so this is a conundrum for I think one of us. I'm not sure if you have Saka as well. So yeah. I made a transfer, so Cunha is out and then Isak is in. So a transfer I
Is
should
he
have
is he
made.
banned? Is Cunha banned?
No, they haven't said anything yet that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
incoming, but the fixtures don't look good, obviously, for them. So,
But he's charged. He's charged, but he's not banned.
Oh, he's been charged for.
He was charged before the weekend, before the game. But
okay,
everybody
but
knew
the
he
ban
was going to
wasn't
play.
out yet. Okay.
But did not make any decision about what the what will be the consequence for the charge or something. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So
Uh,
anyway, he was supposed to be out, so I gave him 1 week. He did well for me, but now
It's
like he's
time.
in. It's time for him. Yeah. So my team as it stands is Verbruggen. This is for 18, by the way. Hall, Gabriel, Robinson, Saka, who's going to be out most likely right now. I'm thinking Foden, but it can be Jota. So it's between Foden and Jota. So hopefully, I think it should be Foden. Yeah, I can probably do a madness and bring in Jota this week, and then in the weekend I change.
you have a lot of transfers to finish time.
No,
with,
really,
right?
I don't have it. I have one. Yeah, I just have one transfer now. Yeah, I'm back to being a regular FPL.
Back to normal. Back to default.
I'm not balling in transfers anymore. I'm not rolling in transfers. I'm a poor FPL guy now. So yeah, so Ahmad, midfield, Saka, who's the captain, and then Palmer, and then I have Isak, Jackson,
Salah.
and Joao Pedro. Yeah, Salah's captain. So so that's my team.
Oh, yeah, the attack is exciting though.
It is. It looks good. If only Pedro does what he needs to do, man. Yeah, he's been in my team, but since he came in, he hasn't been, getting the numbers.
Yeah.
As a team,
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, he is a player that we would have expected more from, but he has not delivered. But I'm sure nobody will sell him ahead of Brentford, will they? Because Brentford is a good fixture for him.
Yeah.
Defensive.
I think the next few are kind of, they have Brentford, then have Aston Villa and Arsenal. But in these stuff, it's weird. Brighton, they kind of do well in these. I don't know whether.
Yeah.
They have some kind of.
I can remember they gave us a very tough time. Liverpool.
Yeah.
You remember? Yeah, give Arsenal tough time. City tough time. They won.
Play these big games. It's when they're playing these smaller teams that maybe they're not motivated as much or something like that.
Yeah, it's something is there.
Yeah, that's my team for 18. So what does your team look like?
Not so much different. I think Sanchez in goal. Maybe Pedro Porro. I've been thinking about. I wanted to ditch him for a very long time, but I've not found the right time still. So I will stick with him again this week. I will play him. And then you have Trent and Lewis Hall in defense, and then in midfield you have Palmer, Salah, Minte, and Ahmad. I'm tempted to bring in Foden, similar to you. So if Foden comes in, definitely I will bench one of Minte or Ahmad. Not decided yet there. And then up top you have Solanke, Joao Pedro, and Isaac. I think Minte had a very good game when he came on for Brighton in the weekend against West Ham, was it? Yeah, he created some good chances. He forced one effort that he supposed to have won the game for Brighton. And then, he caused a lot of trouble for the West Ham fullback, even to the point that the coach had to swap the two fullbacks. One Bissaka had to come and play left back just to cover because of the threat Yankuba Minte had on that game. Yeah, that was how impactful he was. He came out in the second half. So because of that, I can see him starting again. And then, that brings the question, is Yankuba Minte a better player coming off the bench or something? I know that is what people are debating in Gambia. Yankuba Minte is usually, because when he was playing in the Gambia, he was usually coming off the bench for Steve Biko and then having impact in games. But of course, last season he played for Feyenoord and he was absolutely exceptional starting for them week in, week out. So I think he's just a good player, and he can thrive in any situation. Sometimes he start games and he don't, he's an inconsistent player. He's not always gonna be at the top. He's still young, so he's still learning his
He's
trade.
learning, yeah.
So
Plus, it's a new
exactly,
country, it's a new league. There's a lot of changes that's happening. New team.
exactly,
The team, they have so many
exactly.
players too. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So to make a judgment based on one game or two
Yeah.
games is just premature in my opinion.
Yeah.
So for me, I will not say he's a better starter or he's a better coming off the bench. He can do both. He can have impact because of his speed and all that. Hopefully he will start this weekend. And maybe I will start him in my FPL team as well. So yeah, similar to you, one transfer I have, and it's likely Saka is going out, and then Jota or somebody, because the reason why you asked a question about Jota, and I wanted to answer that question. Jota or Foden, what does Jota have over Foden? I think there comes the price, because Jota will be 7 million or something, and then Foden will be around 9 point something.
Yeah.
So because João Pedro, you're not going to keep him for forever, so if you have Jota, you have another 2 million to upgrade João Pedro to a striker another side. For example, I don't have Jackson, I can upgrade to Jackson, or I can upgrade to Gabriel Jesus,
Yeah.
So those kind of upgrades, like, that is what Jota will give you. If you bring Foden, you don't have that money to work with to upgrade somebody. That's true. Yeah.
That's an option, because Arsenal, looking at Arsenal's fixture, who do they have? They have Brentford, even though their fixtures look tough. After Ipswich, they have Brentford.
Yeah,
Brighton.
So that's the problem too.
Away.
Yeah,
Tottenham home, and then Aston Villa. So the next 4 after Ipswich is tough.
That's the thing there too. So once Ipswich is gone, it does not look good again.
It doesn't look good. Yeah, that's the thing.
But
it might just be that it's the perfect time that Saka is out of our teams, because he wouldn't have been, even though he might get some points, still Saka is one of the main creative forces in the team. But still, like, it's just like good timing, basically,
Your man, Andy. Let's talk FPL. He has 3 Arsenal defense. I wish I wish that if we score them 1 goal, that will be disaster for him. So I was watching his show. I say, if we score 1, then you are in.
This week it's the same thing, because he had 3, like, and I think they didn't do as well. The defense didn't do as well because
he didn't do well. So that's what happened. It's a good risk to take, but you have to have you have to be a real hardcore to do those things. 3 defenders in one team. One goal messes up everything.
I'm sure. Surely, like, at this, when the fixtures change, you can't continue with this, can you?
No, he's planning to get rid of them, I think, this coming week. He uses his last week for them. So if they happen to concede a goal, it will be very funny. Even though I don't want to see the misery of others, but that will be very funny.
I mean, I guess Ipswich, the team that you least expected. I mean, that's always risk. It's always a risk, Like, I never want to do that. Like, get 3 defense. No, defense, attack, yes, but not the defense, because it's just
2 is okay. I can do 2, but 3, I've never done that.
But he actually enjoyed some of the points, though. He's enjoyed some of the points, especially.
Once the clean sheet happen, you are enjoying like triple clean sheet, right?
Yeah. So it's a calculated risk.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so we've come to the end of the point. The pod. We've discussed a few options, since both of us are in the same boat this time, that we need to get rid of Saka since injured. So I think we have a lot of options to consider. Not many close options, but they're options nonetheless. So you choose which one is best for you. I think for me, I'm closer to Foden than I am to Jota. But you never know; something can happen. In the next, we get some news, and then we realize that, okay, this person is the better option. So we didn't talk much about Ismail Assar, but I think when we get to that point, I think now he's a good option to have, but the fixtures for Crystal Palace not looking the best. Actually, they have Bournemouth, Southampton, Chelsea, and then they have Leicester, West Ham, Brentford, Man U, Everton.
It's nice.
So it's somebody who's in my wish list, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and he's sub 6 million, right? So that's also nice.
That's a good. So it's a good shout if you want to go there too. So that's a good place to go. All right, guys, we've come to the end of the podcast. I'm keeping Chama past his bedtime, as you can see.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's good. I'm good.
yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. And if we don't record one between now and the weekend, obviously this is a double preview.
Yeah.
Merry
Until after New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Happy holidays, basically. So yeah,
Mm.
thanks. Thanks always for supporting the pod. We have a small community there, so that always supports the Jollof Football Pantapa. So please keep doing what you do.
Continue.
We appreciate you guys as always. Yeah, and take
Yeah.
care.
Hopefully
Yeah,
more coming in 2025.
more coming into 25. Yeah, definitely. All right,
All right,
guys.
man.
Bye.